Hey there, everybody. This is not a video I really want to make, but it needs to be made. Just so that you guys are all informed. I promised that I would let you know what's going on, why the content has been sporadic at best, non-existent at worst lately. This includes both the regular channel content plus the shorts that are about the dogs, the tractors, etc. It's been all of it. There's been more shorts lately because they're about the only thing I've had time to edit, since they only take a few minutes a piece. Take these off. These are my new prescription sunglasses I got a few weeks ago. Yeah, so we've been having problems with neighbors. I have 6 of what I consider direct neighbors. These are neighbors where if you take out the road for 2 of them, their property would touch mine in some way. Right behind me here is one of my neighbors. These folks are fine. I don't have any issue with them. They don't seem to have any issue with me. We pretty much just don't talk to each other because I'm a quiet person as far as neighbors go. I stick to myself. I stay in my yard. I stay with my family, my dogs, etc. I don't interact a lot with neighbors. So this is south. We're facing mostly south right now. We're actually southeast. The neighbors to the south. My house faces north. It's behind the camera to the left, or well, my right, the camera's left. Our neighbor to the east and our neighbor to the southwest are problems. The neighbor to the east is the worst of them. I have definitive proof he's doing stuff. I don't have any definitive proof that the other neighbors to our southwest are. Essentially though, they're trying to cause problems. Causing problems about our dogs barking, trying to get us in trouble with the city for that. Trying to get us in trouble with the city for having too many dogs, because we do have more than the city rules allow. I didn't know that. We've always had more. Never had a problem with it in the 7 years that we lived here until now, the last few weeks. Trying to get us in trouble for the poor condition of my lawn, especially my back lawn. There's a lot of bare patches and stuff. You guys have seen it. There's a lot of weeds. Front lawn looks decent. I'm also not the best at keeping it mowed. It's mowed right now. Trying to get us in trouble for the tractors and equipment in the yard, despite it all being in the backyard and unable to be seen from the road except for through this small gap in the tree row right here. You can see the stuff that's parked against the fence right behind me. I don't know what else, if anything else, but it's bad enough to where due to some drunkenness on the neighbor's part, not mine, police had to be involved. Lady Mel and I feel like prisoners in our own home. We don't feel like we can be out in our yard, especially not with the dogs, for fear of them barking and pissing off the neighbor again and him causing more trouble. So what does this mean? Well, there's a reason that there hasn't been a lot of content. We're moving. Not yet, because one, we can't yet. The house needs a lot of repairs, and I'm not willing to accept the huge drop in the home value that the repairs, if we left them undone, would cause. I'm going to need that money to get a new place. There's a lot of tension right now, marital problems here, between Lady Metal and I about where we're going to go. She literally just got a promotion. Today is a Saturday, so yesterday would have been a Friday. I believe it would have been a week ago, or was it 2 weeks? I don't know. Time is super compressed. It's all blending together. Everything's a mess. Either a week ago yesterday or 2 weeks ago yesterday, she got a promotion at work. So she doesn't want to leave. I don't blame her, but her job is honestly not that important. She makes quick math, 1/6 of what I do. So my income carries us. And that's pretty rare in the United States. It usually takes 2 incomes. We don't have children that live with us or anything like that. It's just us and the 5 dogs, right? And I'm able to pay all the bills. So yeah, it doesn't leave us with much in the way of spending money, but I don't need much in the way of spending money. I'm not a shopping person, other than my tractors, of course. You guys know that. But that causes another problem, of course. I do have the equipment, and we can't do a direct move. Our plan, just because this is what makes the most sense financially, is I have a friend who has a fairly good sized storage shed. It's basically take my tent shed, double the width, add 50% more depth, and it's also taller because it's a building. It's not a tent shed, it's an actual building. It's like a small barn more than a big shed, with a nice huge roll-up door on one end. He's going to rent that to us super cheap for as long as we need it, pretty much. I told him it might be as much as 2 years. In that will go the 2 tractors and basically everything we own. Put it in storage totes. I don't use cardboard boxes, especially for long-term storage. It's got to be plastic totes with latching lids, rubber totes, whatever, you know, totes with lids. Thicker, heavy-duty ones too, so that I don't have to worry about my belongings getting destroyed. Any water or critters get in there. So that's great. That's one of the few good things out of this. It does accelerate our plan to move out to the country. That's another good thing, because we can pack up most of our stuff, put it in this storage that we're getting, and then it's out of the way for doing the repairs to the house, which lets me do the repairs to the house faster. There's dining room ceiling, basement bathroom. Basement bathroom's a complete gut and redo, unfortunately. And then once the basement bathroom gut and redo is done, the main floor bathroom, which is stacked right above it, also has to be gutted and redone. And I hate plumbing. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work. The new roof is already on, so that's a good thing. The rest of the house is in pretty good condition. It's old though. It's 120, 101-year-old house. It was built in 1925. It's now 2026. It's a 101-year-old house. So we'll be painting. There's quite a lot of painting that needs done just to refresh, and the fact that we didn't knock anything off the value when we bought the home because of this, but it was painted in a terrible choice of colors, like a baby poop yellow brown in the living room. It is one of the most disgusting colors I've ever seen. We've lived with it this entire time, the 7 years that we've been here. We have the paint now to repaint it. Just waiting to get all of our belongings out of the house. It's a very stressful time, and it's a very busy time. So content has had to take a backseat. That's the long and short of it. But yeah, so back to the plan. We're gonna get everything in storage, finish fixing the house, and then we're gonna put the house on the market. And we're not gonna make it a contingency sale. If you're not familiar with that, what that means is, yes, you'll accept an offer that's from somebody that wants to buy it, contingent on your ability to buy something else that you've put an offer in on. We're not gonna do that. If the house sells, the house sells. If it sells and we don't have somewhere, dang it, stuff keeps flying in my mouth, sorry. And we don't have a new home lined up already, nothing we've put an offer in on or anything, we're gonna drop 20 grand or so on a used RV, 35, 40 footer, something in that range. I won't go smaller than 30 for sure, not with 5 dogs. And we will live in that while we property hunt. Because I can work from anywhere. I already have mobile internet as a backup for my primary home internet, so I can literally work from anywhere that I have signal. had that all along. Going back to when I was driving truck part-time, I took it with me on the road and used it a lot. So there's that. If that happens, there won't be a lot of content then either, because I will not have my gaming computer, most likely, because in an RV there's nowhere to put it. I'll have my laptop, and it's not powerful enough for the games I play anyway. And I'm not buying a new expensive gaming laptop, because we're going to want to save every penny we have, pay off all of our debts, and whatever's left, you know, needs to go towards the new home. Let's see, what else should I cover? I know I've talked about a lot, but I promised you guys an update on what's going on, and this is that update. Plants are doing pretty good. I'm going to show you those a little closer here in a minute, because yeah, there's an issue over here, but overall pretty good. Dogs are healthy. You guys have seen lots of shorts. I do have several videos worth of footage, between the real life footage like this and between, you know, the various games that I play and stuff. There's footage. I just don't have time to record it. If we have a bad weather day where there's something keeping me from spending all of my extra time / energy packing, then I'll put that into record or to editing what I have already recorded. The only recording I'm still doing is with Richard on Sunday nights for the competitive series, just so that we can at least have the footage for whenever I do have the ability to release it again. Yeah. Tractor tires. You guys, by the time this comes out, will have seen the short. Probably tomorrow, actually. I'll have to look. It's not set up for release yet. There might be still one more scheduled ahead of it. That would be coming out tonight. So chances are it'll come out tomorrow night. If not, Monday night or Tuesday night. It'll come out one of the next 3 nights. So that'll help you date when I actually recorded this video. I need to put tractor or good tires on the Farmall. You guys know from the previous shorts that it is Kaputski on the right side there. That tire is done. Well, I need to, I'm waiting to hear back from the tire shop on a quote for tires for both size rims that I have. I'd prefer to put tires on the bigger rims that I want to be the permanent tires anyway. Although I am keeping both sets, if you paid attention to the short on the new tires that you haven't seen yet, but you will before you see this video. I'm going to keep both sets and just get a second set of rim centers and clamps, hub clamps, axle clamps rather, whatever you want to call them, so that I can have them set up as duals. But those wider tires are the ones that I want on it as the standard tires. So those are the ones that I'd prefer to get, and if they're close in price, that's what I will get. If they're not, those tires will just go into storage the way they are, and I'll get these smaller ones. There's not that much of a difference. Those are 14.9s on 13-inch wide rims. These are 13.6s on 12-inch wide rims. And that refers to the width of the tire. Both of them are 38-inch diameter rims. So they've gone the same wheel centers. Those are already off the tractor. That would be another reason to get those done. That's why if they're only a couple $100 more, that's what's getting done. Let's see what else. My trailers. I have the 2 trailers. They cannot go to my friends. I mean, he said that they could, but I don't want them just sitting in his backyard. He also lives in the city. He doesn't need to be, not this city, thankfully. He doesn't need to be getting in any trouble either. But we'll see. They might sit in his yard right next to the mini barn. I apologize for the wind noise. I hope you guys can hear me. If not, I'll have to re-record this video another time. Yeah, maybe they'll be sitting, you know, next to the mini barn that we're using for storage. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I also have to finish the shed that I built last year, putting the actual tin roof on that, but that won't take long once I get stuff out of the way. yeah, all my projects are basically on hold. I had started on doing John Deere repairs again. There's no footage for that. There was one clip. I chose to delete it because I'm not going to be able to finish the video. And the clip, whoa, uneven ground, and I'm a little unsteady because I worked a little too much in the heat today. Not a big deal. Just need to drink some more water. So yeah, I chose to get rid of it rather than keep it because that video is not going to be finished, and when I go back to working on it, I have to start all over anyway. So I'll be re-recording in a contiguous fashion the video. And the reason that I have to start all over is because it was beginning diagnostics on one of the possible replacement engines for the 110 that I'm keeping, the John Deere 110 that I'm keeping for myself, that has the rototiller and everything. And by the time I get back to it, I will have forgotten everything that I did, and it will have also sat again. And they don't like sitting, if you know what I mean. So I'll have to start that diagnostic process all over from the beginning anyway. And that's basically where we're at. I will get you guys as much content as I can. I'm still trying to stream on Thursday nights. I didn't this past Thursday because it was my railroad club night. Not that I went to the club meeting either, because Lady Minnow and I had not been sleeping well, and we went to bed at like 6 o'clock in the evening, which is insane for us. I normally don't go to bed until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. But when you're exhausted because you haven't slept because of stress, sometimes you just get to a point where you're so exhausted you kind of pass out. And that's basically where we were at. All right, so that's all the news, the unfortunate news. The weather's also been kind of rough. It's windy as heck right now. I cut, you can see laying against the buzzsaw there, I cut that stupid giant leaf tree again. But if I spin you around here, you can see right there, heck, we'll just walk you over there. There's the branch with leaves on it that busted off the tree during one of the storms. During a lot of them, so I don't know exactly which one. Can you guys see that, or is the sun clouding you? There you go. Yeah, so this branch hanging up and down right here, it's not connected to the tree, it's busted off. And then also this dead limb busted off who knows when. The ends of it are both old, long time busted, but it must have been hanging up there in the tree as a widowmaker and came down. And there's a second piece of it right behind the soil bags there. So that came down, and it was already in two pieces because, like I say, the busted ends, they're not fresh. Those are not fresh brakes. And then, you know, I haven't cleaned up the broken cedars from a couple months ago now. We've had a lot of branches come down in the dog pen too. You can see a pile of them right there. I threw them out of the dog pen. But yeah, I mean, it's windy. It's very windy. Hopefully this video sound comes out okay, because I'm going to go straight in to edit it tonight. Or edit it tomorrow night, more likely, actually. All right, so we have our salad in a planter here, and 2 of the spinach have been eaten. Basically completely gone. Tops. And 1 big leaf left there, a few medium leaves left on that one. And these 2 end lettuces have also gotten it. Due to the complete lack of any evidence of deer in the yard. We used to have a lot of deer travel through our backyard here, but there's been no footprints. And by used to, I mean a couple of years ago, since the last time I saw any. There's been no footprints or anything. So my suspicion, because I see them all the time back here, is rabbits. And they could easily stand on their hind legs, put their front paws up there, and just mow down. Rather unfortunate, but it is what it is. Tomatoes are doing great. This guy looks sad because he actually busted off from there. I just stuck him in the dirt. I'm gonna get some water, a cup of water, put him in a cup of water. Yes, you can usually root out broken tomato limbs, if you did not know that. I used to do it all the time when I worked at the greenhouse if we had a tomato plant break, well, you don't throw that away when that's potential money right there. You root it out and you know, sell another plant. The mint is doing amazing. I actually need to do some harvesting on it. It's getting really leggy. The basil, oh, see, you want to pinch your basil tops off so that they when they start to flower out, because you don't want them to flower. Peppers are doing good. They're getting some flowers on them. We don't have a head yet on our broccoli, but the leaves are getting huge. I mean, that thing is up there. And the rest of the peppers, yeah, there's a few. You probably can't see them well on the camera, but there's a few knobbly little flower buds starting on those as well. So everything looks pretty good other than what the animals have eaten and what the wind has broken. Tomatoes, lots of them are getting those. I do need to get more stakes still, and then actually tie them to the stakes. They're getting to that point where it's got to be done soon. I don't even know where I can get stakes locally. Maybe Tractor Supply has them, Family Farm and Home, something like that. I have still not fired that John Deere up this year. I hope she still runs. I'm gonna be really sad if not, because that's more repairs I got to do. So yeah, life has been rough, guys. And now I got you all tangled up. Hang on one second. Let me set you down, get you untangled. Why are you not charging? You're not charging for some reason now. Well, that's weird. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I'm gonna, it's a good thing I'm ending this video here. Oh, get you guys settled on decent ground. It's plugged in. The other end of the cord is still plugged in as well. I can see it from here. And it's all plugged in up to the camera, so I don't know why it's not charging the battery now. Okay, yeah, I really don't know, guys. I'm sorry about the lack of content with everything that's going on, but let's face it, my YouTube channel is not a source of income. It's not very important. I like you guys. I like making my content, and I like having a small community rather than a large one, because I can actually interact with anyone who wants to. Anyone who wants to can join my Discord. I'm still somewhat active on there right now, even through all the issues. But that's what's been going on. That's what the general plan is, and that's why you can't count on any content from me for the foreseeable future. I apologize, guys, but here we are. For now, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you on the next one.